In all of the months I had been at SB Hospital, they had only ever given me 2 long-hour sessions of physiotherapy, and because of this, the tendons in my remaining leg had shortened considerably. Mother had been forewarned about what necessary evils would be needed to correct shortened tendons without subjecting my only leg to anything that may impede its use in the future. I, on the other hand, had not been informed. Perhaps it was for the best, perhaps not so much. Not that it really matters, of course. Neither knowing nor ignorance would change things. I can't remember the day, date, or time of this. Hell, I can't remember anything except the treatment. Have you ever slept so that you spent the night with your arm bent, and had to slowly move it the following morning? That hurts, right? I want you to imagine having your leg in the same bent position for 3 months, which is what caused the tendons to shorten. Oh sure, I moved it about a little here and there, but nothing more than a couple of inches at max. My physicians at DB Hospital weren't happy to hear that I'd been left so long, and off they went to discuss my rehabilitation amongst themselves, leaving me to ponder why they looked so grave as they spoke to my mother and medical team. The next day, 3 physicians arrived in my room, and in tow were 2 nurses, plus the actual charge nurse himself, whom I'll just abbreviate to CN. They all wore smiles and asked me how I was, yada yada. Then they moved. Moved so fast, all I had time to do was open my mouth and blink. CN held my head down, while Nurse 1 pinned my right arm down, and Nurse 2 pinned my left. My physician then pressed directly down on my fucking knee at the same time as Physician 2 and 3 straightened my leg. It's hard to describe pain. Truly describe it. When you feel it tearing at every fibrous tissue in your entire body. Each muscle and tendon, every ligament and fascia, every single inch of soft tissue from tip to toe burns white hot, and you will do anything you can to make it stop. It's being stretched in all directions until you feel like plasticine. All your fingers splay out as you try to grab onto the very fabric of sanity itself, just so you can make it through 1 more second. Your nerves are quite literally boiling beneath your flesh, and you're being pinned down, wide-eyed and dizzy from lack of oxygen. The sense of touch is torture, and you beg, scream until your throat won't work anymore. You try to bite, scratch, and headbutt as your survival instincts kick into overdrive. That is pain. That is hell. Apparently, they only had me like that for 15 minutes, but I assure you, it felt like a hell of a lot longer. Then, the weirdest thing happened. I felt a finger poke at the back of my skull. It was definitely a finger, and on the wall behind my bed was a transparent grey silhouette. It didn't make a humanoid shape, but it was there, and I was very alert to it. Not a split second after that caught my attention, what felt like an air bubble popped in my brain, and when it popped, everything literally came grinding to a halt. I stopped hearing, and stopped feeling, like someone had taken me out of hell and put me into an impenetrable soundproof glass box. When I say I couldn't feel anything, I mean I couldn't feel a single thing. Not being pinned down, not the physicians stretching every fibrous tissue in my entire leg. Nothing. All that agony, all my desperation and despair. It was just gone, and paralysis came out of nowhere. All I could do was lie there, my blood warping through my white-hot veins at the speed of light. To go from that level of pain to total paralysis was just out and out weird. But again, whatever. There were more important things going on that popped a brain bubble. I vaguely recall one of the nurses coming in, and she and my mother looked down at me as they seemingly speaked, yet I could hear nothing. Apparently, a doctor came to take a look at me, but my memory of that day consists of that and nothing. I don't know if it was a day, 2 days, or more, when I came out of whatever I'd been in, and the physician who had done that to me had been replaced with a new one. I came to find my leg was a dark purple in colour, and was so swollen, there was talk of having to split the skin to relieve the pressure. There was lasting damage done to my knee from that, damage well known to ice skaters, and it's called chondromalacia patella. CMP is where the poor alignment of the kneecap causes the cartilage to waste away, so thanks to that physician. Much appreciated. I never mentioned being poked in the head, as at the time I basically didn't give a fuck about it, and thought it was just a CN holding my head down to prevent me from headbutting whoever was within reach. Another day or 2 came and went, and I felt it again. A second poke to the exact same spot in the back of my skull. and the weird soundproof glass box thing was gone. This time, though, it felt more like air bubbles were moving, like somebody had tipped my head upside down. If you turn a bottle of soda and watch the gas bubbles, that's what it felt like. It came complete, with a dozen popping sounds. Everything slowly came back after that. Vision came first, sound second, and then sense of touch. But I felt different. That's the only way I can describe it. I don't feel true fear anymore, and my emotions appear to be extremely different to most people. I don't know if that's a result of such painful and traumatizing experience of having my tendons stretched without any form of painkillers, or if those air bubbles were caused by something else entirely. Given my previous experiences of other persons, I can never be sure about anything that happened back then. I have my suspicions, of course, but that's all I have.